Could you please explain what Made for Makeup is all about? What inspired its launch in 2017, and how do you see its positioning now?
All right, so we started this, actually quite a funny story. I was from oil and gas actually initially. And my wife is an aesthetic doctor. And one day she was telling me, oh, a lot of patients wanted makeup care after her treatments and so on and so forth. But when we look in the market, if you look at skincare, 70% of skincare actually is for acne care, right? And then after 30% market is for various treatment. But if you flip it around and you look for makeup, there's almost nothing that's acne safe for makeup. So we thought, okay, maybe this is a good idea. Maybe we should investigate. And when we did, we noticed, oh, there's a lot of people who want it. But when we first started, I don't have much money. We started with 800,000, and we didn't know who to do. We didn't have the money for the market research and so on and so forth. So we started to ask people. And what happened is, without us knowing, step by step, as we started to ask people, we start to form a community. How do you like the shades? How do you like the color? How do you like the texture? And lucky for us, we became the largest beauty community for a brand in Indonesia. And we started to create what we call the best looking acne safe makeup in the market. And that's kind of how Made for Makeup came about, right? That's our idea. Okay,
so now how about its positioning? Or is it just focused on acne, or you have any other specific image branding?
So for us, we see this as, so there are two ways to look at the business, right? So it's finite games or infinite games, right? If you study game theory. So for us, what we always understand is that we are in an infinite game, right? It's not about being first, it's about being the best in what you're doing. And for us, what we do is we focus on acne care. But actually, what we really sell with this acne care, especially with the community that supports us, is actually confidence. And so for us, what we see is any product that gives the consumer good confidence, so you don't have to worry about the acne that's on your face and you look good wherever you go, that's what Made for Makeup is doing. And that's how we position ourselves. So specifically, maybe I can give you a bit of numbers here, is that our target audience is usually around 20 to around 23. They're usually first jobbers, first time coming to the marketplace. They're looking for a very high quality product that reflects who they are. And that's a Made for Makeup product. So when they go to meetings, when they have sessions like you and me, they don't have to worry whether their skin will get worse. They just go ahead and they have the confidence for the whole day.
Okay. We would like to know about the brand performance in 2025. Yes. How do you see the sales growth, the distribution, both online and offline, and also the contribution to your company in 2025?
Oh, this is the thing that surprised us the most. So 2025 is our best year yet. We know that is a very different narrative inside the market, but we think that our positioning and the things that we offer are very unique to the market in terms of quality as well as the design of it. And for us, what we're looking at is, although the numbers are higher, the revenue numbers are 20 to 25% higher than the year before, we're looking at a small shrinkage of what we call the net profit margin. Now, this is a bit of a pressure from the COS, as the platform fees as well. But where we see the largest contribution for us is still acne safe makeup, still this youth population who are looking for confidence. And we start to see a very interesting growth because at the first start of the year, we look at 50% year-to-year growth. We start to see consumers really not only buying products that are cheap, because our price range due to our quality is quite high. They're buying things that are high in quality rather than just high in quantity, right, at this point.
Okay, how about your other product, which called the Rebels?
Oh, so we call our audience the Rebels. Okay.
Oh, that is your community.
The community, we call them the Rebels, right? We got girls that have tattoos of us and so on and so forth. Because we come with a very different approach. You see, to be very honest with you, you can go out the market, you can buy all the big brands, Lancôme, La Mer, and so on and so forth. But when you buy a Made for Makeup product, you're making a statement. You're saying to yourself, I'm different. And that's why, we call them Rebels. And they call themselves Rebels also as well, right? I think you need that energy to go through that part of life, especially 19 to 23.
Okay, what is the biggest performance in 2025? From which product?
Specifically, our main company revolves around #1 selling skin tint on Shopee also as well. It's called Perfect Skin Tint. And it's interesting because it's actually a departure from the traditional products that you're looking in the market. So in the past, if you look at more traditional makeup, foundations, cushions, much heavier coverage is looked at. But for us, our growth actually came in skin tint, which is actually, as you know, a lighter form of coverage in terms of base makeup that's acne safe also as well. It started to tell us a bit of a shift between the consumer and what they want and preference. And lucky, we created a product that's like this, and because we start to ask them all these things, we're able to hit it right on time.
Okay, how do you see the consumer demand the last few years, especially in 2025, and also specifically for acne-safe products, or they are more looking into new innovations?
I think consumers always look for new innovations, because if you got something very interesting like raccoon DNA perhaps or something like that, they always take a look at it. But after a certain age, especially the target audience that we're looking at, women tend to not change foundations so often or concealers so often. So, you know, you only have 2 or 3. So for us, we focus on the businesses that are not very trend driven. Not lipsticks, not necessarily that. We have that from time to time. But we'll focus on the core group of people who really need it, which is acne safe. And we really see this growth, right? Obviously, as more consumers start to understand about what their skin is, and they start to hear, you know, all their friends and their recommendations, we start to see this market segment really grow for us, right? So on average, as I mentioned to you, 2025 was our best years yet. We are looking at a growth of around 20% from our side. I'm not sure in the market side, but on our side, that's a growth of 20-something%.
Is it a good thing that making a business not following the trend? I mean, you said that you focus on a product that not trend driven.
Yes. So I think what happened is you have to answer the question, can you catch a trend? So there is a famous saying, they say, can you guess the next color of the car that passes the road? Now, if you can and you have the facilities to do so, I think larger companies, they can react much faster. But for companies like us with a production timeline of 6 months to 9 months, especially we go through BPOM, we go through our production and so on and so forth, the nature of the business doesn't allow us to really do that. And if you want to do that, you're going to fall into a hole, because when you catch it, you're usually too late. So for us, our point of view is, I'm not saying a business cannot run without trends. Maybe some are operated this way, but we wouldn't recommend it. And if you go back to the foundation of why women need makeup, it's about this level of confidence. It's about level of comfort, right? There are women for sure that are looking for more gimmicks and more interesting interesting different qualities like raccoon DNA and so on and so forth. But we believe quality is something that tests the test of time, you know. So we believe that, yeah, that's the way to operate.
Okay.